Shannon was supposed to be in her dorm on a Saturday night, but when she still wasn't home by Sunday morning, her roommate had started to worry.
Well, this is a case which gripped local and national headlines after Emory University student Shannon Melendi disappeared from her off-campus job, and investigators received a mysterious phone call that changes everything. You just saw this story on Dateline. It's been a mission of Shannon's father to keep his daughter's killer in prison, and we spoke with Luis Melendi just tonight before that episode aired.
Shannon's murder happened back in 1994, and her killer, who was convicted and sentenced to life, is up for parole again in 2025. It's a case that Luis Melendi tells our John Sherrick is not over.
Grief upon grief, still strong. Never broken.
It's been a long, long battle.
And it never ends for Luis Melendi. His daughter, Shannon Melendi, an Emory University sophomore in Atlanta, was just 19 in 1994 when she was murdered. And it took 11 years, but a man she knew from her part-time job named Butch Hinton was convicted of kidnapping, raping, and murdering Shannon. And he was sentenced to life, and he later confessed. But Shannon's body was never found. Ever since, Luis and Yvonne, outraged that Hinton has repeatedly been up for parole in Georgia.
He does have a sliver of hope. He shouldn't have any hope at all.
Prosecutor John Petrie telling us in 2020 that the law in this case from so long ago did not permit him to seek the death penalty or life without parole.
Butch Hinton, he is a monster. He was and is a predator, and he could very well hurt people when he gets out.
Then last year, Luis lost Yvonne. She died of COVID-related pneumonia.
Now I have to face it pretty much all alone.
Grief upon grief. Now Hinton is eligible for parole again in 2025, 20 years after his conviction. Melendi is fighting still.
That will never end. It will be my last breath. But I will fight and make sure that Butch Hinton, the monster that he is, stays in prison where he belongs, because he will kill again.
Fighting still, he says, for justice for Shannon. Grieving, never broken. In Atlanta, John Sherrick, 11 Alive News.
So awful for that family. Now, this is a story that we have covered from the start. You can read more on the case in the Melendi Search for Justice. Just look for this story on our website, 11alive.com.